Season's greetings and welcome to Two Balls and a Mic. We are back here on another Monday, ready to talk soccer in San Diego. San Diego Wave are defeated for the first time in the season. They drop points to OL Reign in an away match. Also away in New Mexico, San Diego Loyal tie against New Mexico again. Never lost, never won. We actually did some commentary for that on Twitter Spaces. That was pretty cool. We'll get into that a little bit. It was a bit of a solar flare in the stadium. Now you got it. In any case, Champions League. Chelsea have them right where they want them. Real Madrid are fortunate to have only get 2 goals.
El resultado más engañoso.
That's exactly where we want them.
Of course.
What else was there, Chiva?
San Diego Soccers start their conference championship.
Let's start right there then.
Oh, yeah. San Diego Soccers start their conference championship tomorrow against Chihuahua Savage.
Así es.
In Chihuahua.
In Chihuahua.
Those of you who may not know, that's a 2-game series. If they tie, they go to a mini game. The San Diego Soccers second game, it'll be the home match. It'll be this Friday, where your boys will be doing Spanish commentary for them again.
Why did you have to say it like that?
It's your boy. Forget you're 30, way.
Anyway,
madre.
Watch
you're
party
not hip.
You're
not cool glasses, cool shades. I didn't know you were chill like that.
I can get sturdy.
The boy getting sturdy.
I can get sturdy for you.
You can?
Yeah.
A ver, do it.
I can do it.
A ver.
I can do gritty. I can do whatever you want. Like
the gritty?
Yeah.
Do the gritty. A ver.
Yeah.
No. Boo.
Yeah. There you go.
We want to see.
Subscribe to our Patreon whenever it drops.
Come on. Me and the other couple people want to see you do the gritty.
So tune in tomorrow to the watch party, or go to the watch party. It's going to be at Fair Play. There are some kind of stuff that is happening in behind the scenes. I would love to say, hey, listen to Craig Elston and Jerry Jimenez tomorrow on Soccer Overtime. But there's not a Soccer's Overtime because obviously the Soccer's play tomorrow at Tuesday, April 18th at 6 p.m. Is when this begins, but the actual game kickoff is going to be at 7:05.
You know something crazy?
Details to follow.
We never got an invite to be in Soccer's Overtime. Actually, we did once before the season started.
Yeah.
Never did.
Yeah, we got announced. It's all good. I would much rather hear from the players.
Hey, wait, you didn't have to do the gritty and turn off the camera.
It was a really good gritty.
You didn't have to actually turn off the camera.
No, I didn't.
But yeah, go to the watch party. I won't be able to make it, unfortunately.
You're gonna be in Palm
Springs for a work conference.
Corporate event. Corporate Chiva.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks. But I mean, hit me up. I'm going to the outlets. Send me money and I'll buy you something.
You're going to the casino with this money. Do not lie to the great people of Two Balls and a Mic.
I don't gamble other people's money. Never in my life have I ever done that. It's bad luck. It's bad juju. You don't do that. Haven't we gone to the casino? I've told you this before. We played poker before, and I told you, no, I don't play with other people's money. Don't give me money.
20 on black.
Give it to the other boys. I'm not
20 on black.
No,
this is you. 20 on black.
I'm not putting this.
You have to. And you have to. Can you record on the tables?
I'll record.
Okay.
It'll probably be the machine one, though, if they have a machine one.
No, you got to do the whole thing. Or you got to walk in with a big hat and like a white suit.
A white suit?
Yeah, dude. Have you never been to a casino?
Am I Alan from The Hangover? Counting cards.
I mean, do you know how to count cards?
No. It's
you don't want to admit.
I'm not smart enough for that. Like, I'm not good with numbers that much. But anyways, when is this a fucking
whoa, hey, relax.
Casino podcast? But yeah, Soccers, San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego Soccers will be coming at you.
Out there.
Be out there tomorrow. There will be a match. El viernes. Friday. The San Diego Soccers make battle with the Chihuahua Savage at Pechanga Arena. Two of the Western Conference best meet in a dominant effort for supremacy and the Western Conference MASL championship title.
That's pretty good.
Find stars like Rojo, Morgan, Childs, El Otro Vato,
Goalkeeper of the
Baloinos.
year, Boris Pardo.
Goalkeeper of the year, Boris Pardo. I mean,
And coach of the year, Phil Salvaggio.
yeah, should have been MVP, Boris Pardo. Like the more I saw that and just like looked into it, it's almost like if I mean, I think there's insider trading now. Like I can't gamble on like, not that I ever have. I don't gamble just because I don't know. For like MASL, what do you think? You're the expert. Is there a line somewhere?
Higher levels. Because sources, and I don't want to blow him on the pod, but
Don't.
I know there's people that gamble at work within.
Yeah, but like MASL though. Like
no, like
would you is that a thing somewhere?
oh, actually, oof, I don't think so.
Interesting.
I wouldn't be able to know. Like honestly,
Good answer.
not like I'm gonna look for one.
No, insider trading. We can't do that. Take it back. Take it back.
My whole paycheck on the soccer's championship. It wouldn't be the best odds.
Take that back.
Take it back.
Cool, perfect.
In other news, Albion San Diego had their season home opener against Chattanooga. And for those of you who say we don't talk about Albion San Diego, the season finally started, so we get to talk about them now. I'm excited for this. I'm a huge Albion fan.
You're an Albion fan?
I'm a huge Albion fan. I was devastated to find out they lost 5-0 in the home open.
Devastated. What a word.
What a great call
Utter
by the boy Hector.
devastation. Shout out to the boys. I mean, look, this is the same team that played against San Diego Loyal not too long ago and played them pretty well, right?
In this sense, that Chattanooga team would beat Loyal.
If soccer math is
3-2.
correct, not even. If soccer math is correct, Chattanooga wins 4-0 against San Diego Loyal, right?
Porque ganan por 2, 5, menos 2, 3-0.
3-0.
Against the same San Diego Loyal team that started.
Mhm.
But against the actual San Diego team, like the starters and all that, ganan 2-0.
It's a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so I mean, the very positive vibes from the Twitter account of Albion, like
Ooh.
I was even positive on there. I said 4-0 in before the 40th minute. I always say if they score
I saw
4,
that tweet.
then you can score 5 in a whole second
That was
half.
hilarious. Yeah, the admin for Two Balls and a Mic, Miguelito, sometimes goes wild out there on Twitter.
Shit. Is he doing this right now?
Miguelito.
Something going on.
I don't want to know what his thoughts were on San Diego Albion. Hey, where'd you get this shirt? Our friend Carl wants to know. It's a nice
So
shirt.
this is a shirt that I signed the contract for the truck in. It was crazy because my name is Tony. The shirt that I bought because I didn't want to walk in with a YMCA shirt.
It's a cool shirt though.
At Walmart says Tony. I walk in and
But you had a fucking YMCA jacket.
it was a nice jacket. Do you wish you had that jacket?
I do. I really do.
I walk into the dealership. The name of my salesman.
Dude, I thought this was Tony Romo. That would have been hilarious.
Well, say
Tony,
what it is.
Tony Romero.
So Tony. Like
Did you get a great deal?
almost too good to be true, apparently. They contact me with like, hey, we want to restructure some things. I'm like, nope. Shit myself
I don't
a little
live here
bit.
anymore.
I don't know. That vehicle's now in Mexico.
Oh, damn. No more trucky truck.
Um,
Y vroom, vroom, vroom. Have you
But
seen
yeah.
the Super Mario movies?
what's up?
Have you seen the Mario Bros movie?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. Like,
You would like it.
I don't think I feel like going out to the movies to watch it. I have to just watch it at
Dude,
home.
You have to. It's honestly, it's good. Peaches.
I can't see that. Por
You
sí,
can't see shit.
I can't. You guys need a
Damn,
fiend
I can't
scarf
see
on the
fucking
wall.
shit out of
Also,
this
we
thing.
do need a fiend scarf We do
We
need.
do need one.
I mean, again, San Diego Loyal were nice enough to give us this and that John Kempen
And that one's
jersey.
gonna be up in a raffle.
Now that one
giveaway.
we'll figure out. John Kempen, thank you to the boy Roger.
What if we just
over
sell
at Loyal for it.
tickets for $5?
You know what? We're doing a prize pack, so we will have tickets available for that.
And then
along with the
we
jersey.
use that money for the charity match.
We use the money. How's that going? Planning, huh?
It's going great.
Yeah?
We have a great roster lined up.
Estúpido.
We got Sal Ciso, we got the owner of Loyal, Mr. Vasiliades.
You forgot
Ricardo.
Andrew's name for a little bit.
No, so people know.
Oh, okay.
The fuck? Come on, bro. We got the great Presidente Ricardo Campos on that lineup. We got Jack Metcalf. Actually, no, I forgot to ask him, but I'm sure he'd be down. Think the boy Metcalf.
Yeah, it should be.
We got boys from Loyal.
Dibs on Metcalf.
Okay, I got Celsius. So. But yeah, dude, like, what you been up to this week? Besides,
I mean,
truck stuff, trucking.
truck stuff.
How's the truck life?
I bought some tie downs.
What is that?
Los hinchos.
Que son cinchos, güey.
Tie downs.
Oh.
Clearly not a truck guy.
No, I don't.
True.
Dude, I barely know shit about cars. Like my car.
Me too. Yet I have a
Did you
truck
know that
now.
I needed an oil change? Like I didn't know.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. You can find out how to do it. But yeah, so we did have that San Diego Loyal call in Spanish, which is pretty cool.
Yes,
They
we
let us do
did.
that. And I mean, so it's the way it's structured. It's like moving forward, we're gonna go ahead and do this
Away games.
away games.
It's not really it's not play by play, guys.
It's not.
It's not going to be play by play.
But
It's
it
gonna
can
be a lot
be.
of chit chat, but it can be in some ways.
The notes, and this is very transparent. We're always transparent with when it comes to the club giving us notes for any type of contact, whether that's a one-on-one interview.
Hey, did you
or
have
whether
fun with it?
that's-
I had fun with it.
It was fine. Yeah, it was fun. Like it was all right. Like
We were told to have fun with it.
we were told to have fun with it. We were told to want to bring the podcast vibe to.
Yeah, that's why you kept crapping on me mid spaces.
I
And you're
did.
like, you guys wanted the podcast, motherfucker.
You asked for this.
I don't even crap.
You asked for this,
I mean-
but it was fine. People loved it. Like that was the high points. I saw more people listen to the stream when I was just going at you. No, but it was really fun. We were doing a simulcast through ourselves, so it's interesting, right? So we're meant to do this here because now, from what I heard, is that it sounded better than the first one.
Oh, a lot better.
Cool. So, and
lot
again,
better.
if anybody
Audio-wise,
listened
it was a
to
lot
it,
better.
watched it, like, let us know what you think, just so we can make adjustments because this will hopefully continue. As far as notes, like, it was just like, look, and again, you were very clear with the club as well that we still remain independent. What happens in the confines of 2 balls and a mic and 2 miles and a mic digital media is sole proprietary thoughts and copyrighted intellectual property of Chiba and myself.
That's very. I was gonna say the podcast is its own shit.
Yeah. So yeah,
That was very,
yeah,
very professional.
absolutely. Yeah, but yeah.
We get to talk shit still, in a way, professionally,
We can-
respectfully.
Anyway, you're gonna get us fired. We can legitimately get fired.
Nah, dude, I'm not saying anything yet.
No, but again, we were just, hey, go for it, enjoy it, have fun. We did. It's literally what we were doing in year one. We were
With the
doing
watch parties.
watch parties on Zoom during a pandemic. A lot of you, people who hopped on a little bit later, like, welcome, we love you. Especially just hopped on loyal later, not like season one. But that season one, there was nothing. There was no sports. There was nothing. This podcast started. We were talking Michael Jordan's The Last Dance for like a month because there was no soccer.
Oh, this is a good note. The Twitter feed was closer to being in sync with the ESPN Plus broadcast than YouTube. YouTube was about 20, 30 seconds behind. I can see that. I mean, whenever we stream like ourselves on YouTube, like there's always a delay.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Twitter Spaces is most likely going to be like very, uh, like closer than like in delay, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's why I told you. Maybe I don't know if we should stream live while we're on Spaces Live, but we're talking about it. I mean, it worked out. It's cool.
Yeah, and so eventually, like,
We're gonna do that for different games too, like Champions League games and stuff like that. Pretty
yeah,
cool. It
I
was
mean,
fun.
it was fun.
Y ahí sí podemos decir majaderías,
Yes, we can.
malas palabras.
It'll be very interesting again to see how this kind of grows in different away matches and different ways to have guests on. We had Weston come on. We had Ricardo come on at the end. Nick jumped on for a
Andrew
bit.
Dyer came on as well.
Andrew was great. Him watching on the 90-inch TV, and again, I feel for him because who was it? Like, I think it was Carl también. Like Carl.
Yeah, Carl was in it for a while.
I'm trying to find the picture of that lens flare.
Which one?
The lens flare, the solar flare.
Oh, Seaways. That like, damn New Mexico. But apparently, it was a great atmosphere.
According to the boy Weston, it was a great atmosphere. Everybody had fun.
What was it? 11,000 something people, which for a USL match is not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Abel. Hello, Abel.
I mean, Loyal get about 4,000 to 5,000 a match.
Sí les va bien.
Huh?
Sí les va bien, yeah.
Sí les va bien. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was a really cool thing that happened. We got really good feedback at the end.
Oh, late again, boys.
I'm a pacifist now.
I feel like Harry Potter with the snitch.
Why didn't you just smack it against it? Like it's fine.
Can't see it.
Well, smack all of them. There's a mosquito currently inside. It's inside the.
Got it.
Bro, that's my scarf.
R.I.P.
As the local hooligans, like there's literally like a little quintet of young
Abel, ¿qué onda,
ladies
bros? What's up? What's up,
walking loudly, like, oh my god, my hot Cheetos on the fingers, and I was kissing them, and then my dad caught me. Gross. Literally what they sound like.
He's not wrong. That's funny.
I hate that.
Did you used to eat hot Cheetos in high school at 7 in the morning?
No. What I would do is I would live in a trailer park, and then there would be a little tiendita from the manager that used to sell the little bags of hot Cheetos for 50 cents. But she had chamoy and limon for an extra 25 cents.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't 25 for each. It was 25, and you can put as much as you want for both. I would get a solid $3,
Mm-hmm.
go over, get one Coke, super fria.
In the morning?
And no, just like at midday, after school, yeah. And then the rest in little hot Cheeto bags. and then I would wrap them up and keep them, and then forget to throw them away. So there'd be a bunch of wrappers of hot Cheeto bags lying around. Because I used to live in a tough shed. Because I used to live in a trailer park. I just take you to see my trailer park. Like,
You have.
I lived in a shed, like a storage shed, metal storage shed with an orange cable inside for electricity.
Good for you, bro. Look at you now. Was the garage bigger?
Yes, the garage is bigger. The garage per square footage was bigger than la whole trailer.
Damn. ¿Cómo cabías, güey?
There was 6 of us.
Oh, shit.
Wild.
The struggles of living in the South Bay. In nasty city. Hey, you made it. Look at you now. Got a nice truck,
Hasta que me lo dejen.
a home. Technically, you don't live in IB.
I don't. It's Nestor.
San Diego.
San Diego. Well, yeah.
You need to stop telling people you live in IB.
Shut up. See if I can put my guy here.
A ver.
Oh, I can. Oh, my God, I can. I can show you exactly what my trailer was. Oh my gosh.
A ver, a ver.
Look, guys. Look, guys. Look, look. Oh my God, this is fantastic. So 20. This
Like
used to
comprar
be.
los hachiros.
No, this was my home.
Oh, a la madre.
This used to be my home. Okay, so when I go around, nice. So then here, look,
Bigger
look,
than
look, look, look,
69?
look, 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 look. This used to be this slope used to be flat, and I used to be over here. This is very, very inside who I am. Okay. Oh my gosh. Let me go back here.
¿Dónde jugabas fútbol, güey?
Right here. This car is no había nada, and so la portería obviously is the wall of the laundromat.
Ah, okay.
I would come over here where this guy is.
¿Quién es ese güey?
¿Quién sabe? You see this pole right here next to the white car?
Yeah.
I used to put the ball on this white little on this crosswalk, and that's how I would practice my curves. That's my wall. Anyway, so yeah, so number over here,
Con razón valías verga, güey.
and then here on this wall, I used to play pitcher for myself because the
So
ball
you-
would come back for the tennis ball. So this
So
is
you didn't play with anyone?
no. So this is legitimately. Shut up. This
You
was
had no
legitimately
friends?
my home.
Nice.
6 people right here. So
How many
this
rooms? Bathrooms?
one. So the one room is back
Bro, did the
here
bathroom
towards the
flush?
back. Yes, it flushed.
Oh, okay.
And which is the bathroom right here. This little open window. That's the bathroom, right?
Uh-huh.
In between here and the 68, there's a little bed. That was my bed for until I stopped fitting there. In here was a living room and a kitchen
Which was
on
what,
the left
like
side.
freaking elementary school?
Yeah, 6th grade. And then if you can see,
Guys, this is very insider stuff. I'm learning this as you guys are as well.
anyway, if you really want to find out where I would walk over, I'd walk over this way. Hello,
You want to
Hello.
find my TJ house?
Hello.
Whenever there's time.
hello.
Next episode.
So this little corner, this is where the manager would live,
Mhm.
and this is where I would buy my hot Cheetos.
Ah.
And then I would scurry on back into the little alleyway back home. None of these things existed. Yep.
Nice.
And
Wow.
this is where I used to throw away this. Inside here is called the RCP. Just a big old dirt lot. And yeah, that's where I grew up.
There's grass there now.
Yeah.
Wow. Very interesting. Inside look into your childhood life. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. That's
By the way, if you're listening on Spotify, you have no idea what is happening, or an Apple Podcast.
tune in.
Tune in on YouTube to
Tune
see at least
in.
this part of it.
Tune in to see a 1960s style mobile home that is no longer mobile that housed 6 immigrants at once. Notice that I only have 5 family members, yet 6 of us live there. My cousin is living there too. Like, really? Throw another person in there? Anyway.
It's a Mexican household. You take anyone in.
So we did have that commentary that we did. So let's see if I can sync this again because we were watching it. We were doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk as soon as Alan gets on about the game, which was very interesting. I hate that field. I hate the positioning of the camera.
Yeah.
Anything else that we hate?
I mean, we hate Phoenix Rising, but... Hey, te pasaste del gol, güey. What else do we hate, Tony? Albion San Diego.
A la verga, güey.
Nah, I love Albion.
All right,
Okay,
so we
let's
did.
see. You
let's
get
see.
another try. You
I get-
almost pulled it
I
off.
almost pulled it off.
the air.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Pon la mano arriba, Charlie. Charlie con la zurda. Centro.
That was so
Adentro.
late.
Ya está. Gol.
So late.
No sé si Don't cantarlo, talk no sé
about
si no, pero San Diego Loyal anota.
Evan
el
Conway.
empate. El gran Evan Conway. Otro gol muy importante. Clutch. ¿Cómo se dice clutch en español, Chivo? How do you say clutch in
How do you say clutch in Spanish? Abel, do you know?
Clutch.
Like, that was very
Oh.
clutch.
Do you say clutch
In español.
Spanish.
Embrague. Embrague.
Embrague.
Sure. Learn something
Pinche
new every day.
Conway está bien embrague.
Embragado.
That's the
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 boy is
boy.
here. And guess what?
What?
I had time to do it, but guess what? I didn't do it.
Uh,
Please welcome the powerful, the bearded one, the great one, the river. What is no? What is it? What county are you living in?
Riverside.
Riverside County. The Riverside
Yes.
Countyan, the powerful.
Riverside. What is going on in this episode?
It's me stalling for time so I can adjust his little camera. Alan Underwood. Hi, Alan.
Oh, the boy.
How's it going, guys?
Buenas noches, Alan. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Excelente. Gracias por estar aquí en Two Balls and a Mic.
Very impressive, actually.
What is very impressive?
That
My pronunciation?
Your comprehension of it so quickly, and I don't know. It's one of those things.
I don't know if you know this. I've been giving Alan Zoom Spanish lessons. You didn't tell him. You didn't tell anyone, huh, Alan?
No, I've been keeping on the down low.
For sure. Getting him ready for Coque, dude.
No, like it's really cool seeing people like develop into learning either English or Spanish, because I don't know how I learned English. I don't know how I learned Spanish. It just kind of happened. Whereas like I see people like struggling, I'm like, what? And like again, I still don't understand how parents who've lived here longer than I have, it's like Sprite, school, not that bad, but just like how do you not drop the I've never been able to comprehend that.
As an educator who had to take second language acquisition, it's literally how your brain is wired that you don't hear that as a problem. It's like the L's and R's for Asian languages. It's like the part of your brain that separates that sound was never a learned pathway. And so your brain literally doesn't separate the sound. Or your brain learns when you say like SC, like in school, that your brain automatically fires the E before it because that's the rule, right?
Yeah.
And so you get the school when, and it's not something that necessarily like they're not knowing. It's just that their brain pathways developed in a way that when they hear the SC sound as coming, it throws an E on there at the beginning because that's how your brain was wired. It's wild. Like brain science is like crazy.
I mean, if you come to Two Balls and a Mic for your USL content is one thing, but coming in and literally learning about how human nature works is just at this point a bonus, and we thank you for that. Alanicio Underwood. Alanicio, we had a match over in New Mexico. I mean, we can talk about the field. We could talk about just the unfortunate facts that they have to play in an infield, and you can very much say and tell that, I mean, the ball just rolls different. If even rolls, it just bounces, and you can tell that it's a pitch that is not ideal maybe for soccer activities, mainly because it's a baseball field.
Like you can even see the center line right here, like is not the way that the grass is, like it's not level, it's not straight. Like
it's
look right underneath the
undulated.
ball, and it's
No.
like meh.
It looked very much like my elementary soccer team lines.
I mean, this reminded me of Kimball Park in National City.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
like any rec league, any Sunday league, like has this field or literally play on a baseball field. And actually, here in San Diego, you are common to find most baseball fields prohibit any sport other than baseball being played on their fields, and they'll get you for it. Like they'll kick you out for it. And I don't know, like it's a reality that we face here in the U.S. as far as soccer and the conditions that we play under. And I mean, I get it. Like street soccer is something that's imperative, that's necessary for the growth of the game, but just get it out of this level of professional. Like this is worse than street soccer in many ways. Like it's one of those things where like if you're going from soft to hard surface, the way that you plant your knee, the way that you plant your legs is totally different, and it's shifty depending on how you want to maneuver, and that leads to injuries. And that's something that I'd say, like, if you're playing on a completely dirt field, at least it's a dirt field, right? It's not like in tennis, right? Imagine playing tennis and half of it is grass and half of it is just the clay or the hard surface. It's just it wouldn't be fair. I don't know. That's my high horse for that. We weren't going to start with a lot of pitch and
But then
stuff,
then
but
you get the whole both teams are playing on the same surface, right? So
I guess, but no, one gets more practice than the other. It's
and
literally
that's home field advantage.
it's literally a field trap, a field magic card in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like
I mean,
plus
that's
200
the
attack.
benefits of playing, letting it be your home field, right? You get an advantage, but I agree. I mean, it didn't look like the best field. Obviously, injuries can happen in crappy fields, so uh, hopefully nothing like that happened. But anyways, we had a starting lineup,
Yes.
and it was a very decent one. Alan, anything you liked in particular about this starting 11?
I mean, I think with the way that the team is slowly coming into form, and also trying to deal with some injuries, I think this was pretty straightforward. What I thought you were going to get. Maybe, I mean, the Elliot Collier Conway Damas thing was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of a wild approach to kind of not have like a Toomey or a obviously Guido is not in the lineup. So it was an interesting setup to maybe save Toomey some legs. But I mean, for who you had on your bench and who you had in starting, like maybe that's the only. But maybe they're trying something out. Maybe they saw something in New Mexico where they thought they can get something out of Damas, Collier, and Conway up top.
I mean, and then you also have like Joe Corona not starting again, right? And are you giving him rest at this point? Is he not 100%? Like, there's those questions that you kind of come up to action, right? But I didn't think it was a bad lineup. I did like Simba's match as well. I think he had a solid performance the first game of the season, and I think he had one again today or on Saturday. But Tony, do you like anything? They don't like anything?
I again, and maybe a negative Nancy or whatever you want to call it, or I just don't think that in these couple games that we've had in the season that I'll give the injuries some merit, but I don't think you've really solidified a core idea of who your guys are just yet in attack. I think in midfield you're doing what you can. You're solid in many ways because you have Joe, you have Adams, who came back from a slight knock earlier in the season. You have Guido again, who's out. You have options there. You have depth, but you also have depth up front. But I don't think the combinations have necessarily clicked where you would know that it's going to be Kyle Vass up top, and that it's going to be this person over here. So far, Evan Conway is the guy. He's the most indispensable. You put whoever you want. You put Perez there. You put Collier. You put Toomey. You put whoever you want. It's been Evan Conway. He's been able to create plays. He's been able to make things happen and adapt to his teammates and the play style that they have in a successful way to not only contribute to goals, but actually score some goals. And so that's positive. But everybody around him, I think it's just still being figured out of like, do I have Collier start from the beginning? Is he better as a sub? I liked personally that 1-2 punch of Adrian Perez and Collier coming off the bench. And, it's still very much early in the season. I think you've solidified that, Conway, and I'll tell you that goal that he scored to tie up the game, that's what he's been doing in all preseason, all early in the season in these trainings. When I say he's sharp and lethal, it's those headers that are just something else. And I think it's the haircut that kind of puts him in that mindset. But I don't think I could really take much away from, it being so early in the season. But I will, be looking at that as far as, is there going to be a solid starting attack who you are going to surround? Obviously, you have Nick Moon, right? Nick Moon, Conway, solidified.
Stoneman has been solidified. I
Okay.
would say. I think Bodley has maybe solidified being in the starting 11 as well. Coque Vegas, obviously, you can't deny that one. Charlie Adams, if healthy, he's going to start most of the time, unless you're rotating. But I would say those are the guys right now, right? Conway, Nick Moon, Stoneman, Vegas. Like I think they're the ones that have pretty much have
And you can
been the
see
most
Ronaldo
consistent.
trying to find his way, right? Like Ronaldo he's gonna get
started
there.
the last
He's
few games
cooking.
too.
He's kind of getting to marinate a little bit and kind of know what he's playing with and contributing in ways that he can. Sometimes he's offsides when he shouldn't, but sometimes it's a pass that should have come a little earlier, and those things will kind of smooth out. But do you think anything like that, Alan? Like, do you have
I thought Ronaldo had a pretty nice game.
Mhm.
Not amazing, but pretty good. I think he was a little hard done when Collier put the ball into the side netting. I thought he positioned himself pretty well to get kind of a ball across, and he probably had a better look at the goal than Collier did. I mean, just to talk about how important Charlie Adams is in the 3 games he's played in not counting the game he played against ASC San Diego.
Mhm.
He's on the bench against Sacramento. He's had 3 assists in 3 games. It's like every game he's played in against Phoenix, against Tulsa, and this one again in New Mexico. I think it showed how much San Diego missed him early on the season. In the games that maybe they didn't look as good, there's not getting the same kind of delivery that they're getting from a guy like Charlie Adams, and the assists bear that out, right? Yeah, I think your back line, you would have liked to, I think if you swap Ebenezer for Kazanzu, I think that's who you wanted to have as your starting 3 center backs, right? And I think he's a little unfortunate that one. I think the touch into goal, that one, I think he tries to touch it more central, and it doesn't quite go the way he wants it to go, and so he's playing catch up, and now has to. So I think maybe he's a dangerous player. He's a good player, but I think he tries to go a little bit central there, and the ball just gets away from him, and so it's a much more difficult shot. The Collier into the side netting after he makes a really nice move. I think maybe he should put that back into Damas toward the center. He's essentially boxing his guy out. But I like what Damas is bringing. He's bringing an outlet. He's bringing an escape valve that maybe Conway isn't quite as good at comparative to Ronaldo Damas. But Evans really putting himself into some good positions. I like what Joe Corona off the bench. I think maybe it's minutes management for him. He's not going to be the starting guy week in, week out, but he's going to be a really solid guy off the bench. And I like the way he came in this game as well to kind of try and finish the game out. But you got to be proud of the team for getting the equalizer right before half. After kind of starting out a little bit slow, I thought New Mexico really put them under the cosh in the beginning. Really kind of rode the momentum of the home opener, and it pays off. Koke comes up with some really nice saves, but you can't expect Koke to make double saves all the time, all day, every day. He was kind of the only guy out there keeping the ball out of the net early on, and unfortunately, he makes a really nice save. Kazanzu gets caught out a little bit here. He makes one nice save here. And then on the goal, he actually makes a really, really good save. It just happens to go straight back to a New Mexico player for the goal.
And this does take place, like we were saying, right, in that infield part where most of the play that actually develops happens in that hard dirt where the ball bounces a little harder than it should, right? Like, honestly, right there, this ball picks up more speed than it normally would on just soft grass. And so this is what catches Koke a little bit off guard. He kind of has to react last second. And then, I mean,
that was a good volley too.
it was a good volley. Like, there's in point blank, there's not a lot you can do from there. Maybe just get in the way.
Luck, right?
If
you
you're,
get that luck from that bounce.
Yeah.
You get the volley off.
Yeah. Again, who's Tony yelling at here? Who am I yelling at?
One of your center backs, because you let that guy get a free header.
Sure, and then anybody for not getting directly in front of the way of the ball. But again, like, what are you gonna do?
The goalkeeper's
It's
fault.
never the goalkeeper's fault. I got you, Koke.
Yeah, Koke even gets a hand to this. That's what's impressive. Like, he gets up and still gets a hand to it and almost keeps it out.
Yeah. it's unfortunate, and it's what we call in Spanish, "te agarraron dormidos," no? Like,
Yeah, you were caught
it's
sleeping.
it's still 8 minutes into the match, but I think they reacted well to it. Honestly, they had a couple chances, and I think Tony mentioned it during the broadcast that we did in Spaces.
Spanglish.
You kind of feel the goals coming, and if you score right before halftime, then that's a really good sign, and then that's what happened. They ended up scoring right before halftime of a set piece again. Like you sort of still hear that. But yeah, would you say, Alan, that they're getting better at set pieces compared to year one, year two?
I mean, it certainly seems that way. I would have to like look up how many goals they scored. But it seems as if set pieces are becoming a key part of their offense, right? We're talking about, I think that one of the goals last time comes off of not necessarily a corner, but kind of the second phase of play after the corner last week. I think, this is what you need to do against teams on the road, right? Like you might not get the good run of play because you're trying to survive and that you're under a lot of attack because their fans are trying to do to you what you do to them when you're in Torero, right? And so these set pieces are really nice ways to get goals when maybe your open play isn't going as well. And I think San Diego is taking advantage of that. Again, the delivery from Charlie Adams is awesome. And they have multiple guys, right? Where it used to be like Kyle Adams or Stoneman used to be the targets, but now you have a number 9 with a really nice header on him that can go up and get the ball and play off of set pieces. And this is, I was actually surprised, but again, it's the camera angle, right? It's really hard to see. It looks like it's in the scrum and it's just going to be headed away, and then all of a sudden, Conway just comes up with a really nice shot, and the goalkeeper is just stuck to his line and doesn't even try to dive for it.
And I mean, Conway's so far turning into the number 9 that everyone kind of hoped he would be able to, right? You lose Kyle Vassell, and you say, well, who's going to be the guy now? And Alan, you've mentioned already, well, he's already scored goals faster than Kyle Vassell did last season when it came to starting the games, right? But I mean, if you ask Nate Miller, he would be very happy with what Conway has produced so far, right? What was that?
I mean,
no clue.
3 goals in a row, including Open Cup. I mean, that's what you want from your number 9, right? You've played 6 matches and you've scored 3 goals or 4 goals. That's a pretty good goal return from any striker, let alone at the USL level. And he's doing the job that you want him to do on the pitch, right? He's dangerous. He's getting into good locations. He's even dropping back and playing some of this build-up play too, which is nice, right? That was one of the things that Kyle Vassell did really well, was drop in,
just run at defenders.
Yeah, and then that allows Damas to be over the top, right? You have a striker-worthy guy that can drop deep, but also a striker-worthy guy that can run after those long balls and play some route one. So it just opens up the offensive possibilities. I think maybe a little unlucky that they don't get a second goal here and pull out a win. But it's New Mexico, and they never win against New Mexico, and New Mexico's never beaten
Nobody
them
ever
either,
wins.
So
yeah,
it's just like we should have picked a draw because this always seemed like it was going to be one.
So actually, I think I picked a draw, right? I'm pretty sure I picked a draw.
I'm gonna start writing these down.
Yeah, no, you have to. But during the broadcast, I asked you, like, towards the end, I'm like, because it was really cool, because it was a lot of kind of what we do out down where we're there, is just like shoot the shit, like in some ways. And I'm like, all right, Chiva, it's the 80 something minute. Usually at this time we start asking each other, like, all right, so what's your question for Nate? Like, what are you gonna ask him post match? And what were some of the things that you said that he was gonna say? Have you heard what he said? I haven't. Okay, what did you say he was gonna say, Nate?
If you want to mute me so I can talk. Oh, thank you for muting me. I think I told you, like, are you happy with how the team is looking so far, right, or something like that, or like with the results away, like you're taking points home, something like that. And then we played the game like, well, it's gonna be three different things, right? The performance was good. You're taking points on the road, and I forgot what the other one is gonna be. Did he say something like that?
The result is okay. We come
Okay.
to away venues like this and want to win every game. Some of the performance was good. I think the first 15 minutes we came out poor, and that was frustrating because we knew it was going to be a difficult 15 minutes. So I was disappointed that we weren't ready for that intensity on their home opener as we knew we had to be. So I didn't like that first 15, but then how we responded to that and how we played the rest of that half was good. And then look, in the second half, it was a battle, and I think we created a lot of great chances, but they were dangerous as well. So it's an okay point, but we want to win the West. So we need to come to these venues and take all three more.
That's pretty on the nose. It's pretty kind of, but it's a little
different,
It is
right?
a little
Because he
different.
says
It
not
was
all of it was good, and he's
Yeah.
being honest about that. The first 15 minutes were awful.
terrible.
You get scored on. You're not defending your best. So in a way, he's being very honest about it, which I appreciate. And I mean, he even mentioned it. What, like 10 minutes ago? It's like, hey, they responded very well. They ended up attacking. They ended up dominating the game. They ended up scoring right before halftime. So I mean, I gotta agree with him. I like that answer for sure.
And I know he mentions winning the West.
Mhm.
I mean, I think giving up one goal in that situation where you probably could have given up a couple, it is nice to walk away, right? I think maybe a little bit lucky. I mean, both teams, I think, can feel like, well, maybe we should have won that one if only this one opportunity had come through. I think the second half was pretty even. I don't think any team really dominated possession. But, I mean, you're 3 points off from Sacramento, and Sacramento is just playing out of their mind right now. 12 goals scored, 1 goal allowed in 6 matches. So, like, the fact that you're only 3 points behind a really, really, really hot Sacramento team has got to feel really good. Yeah, New Mexico is in last place, but they've only played 4 games. And so they might end up picking up some points and looking like a better draw than maybe it is on paper right now. But I mean, if you look at the standings across both conferences, like you're 3 points behind first place in the East and 3 points behind first place in the West. Like, you're taking care of the business you need to take care of right now, especially on the road, right? Any of those, you lose this one, now you're down in fourth with the switchbacks, right? Maybe the offense needs to get a little bit better, but again, you've scored 9, the top is 12. Again, Sacramento and Monterey both have 12, and they've had a couple of really nice games, really high scores. So I think right now the expectation is really high. And so when things aren't as good, it feels kind of like frustrating. I think San Diego fans in general know how that feels in sports, except for maybe the Sockers right now and Legion, apparently. But I think looking at this early season, you're putting yourself where you need to put yourself after playing some pretty good teams, right? You're playing a Phoenix team that always plays you really well. The Tulsa match was really good. We're able to really rally. And then, that Sacramento 1-0 loss does not look as bad after seeing what Sacramento has done to some teams this year.
Very true.
So I think Nate Miller's nailing it, right? It's not where you want it to be. It doesn't feel like the team is where they should be. They let up a goal when they probably shouldn't. But you're still where you want to be this early in the season.
No, yeah, for sure. And I mean, I like how you say, like, the expectations are really high. So anytime they drop points in a way, it's going to feel like, damn, they could have done so much better. But I mean, it's a point on the road, and we always bring up, like, well, if you win at home, you get that tiebreaker for a potential playoff match or whatever. But yeah, I mean, overall, they're second place. You can't really complain about that. Tony, you gonna complain about this?
I mean, I kind of agree, right? Like it's early, but it's something that I hope gets addressed sooner than later, and I really kind of point to that plan. I want to see who the starting 11 is, because I want to see everybody healthy, right? On a healthy day, no scratches, just everybody's on point. Obviously, Ebby out for the season, but when Guido's up and running, when you have Joe at 100% or Colin at 100, everybody at 100%. Not that you're ever 100% during the season, but I want to see what options and what looks this team can turn into, because that's the thing that we've been able to see. They've been able to play different styles, but I want to see one solid San Diego loyal front. That's like, okay, this is what they are, and so kudos to being versatile. But I want to see a little bit more. So if that means just boring soccer, I'm okay with that. But I think this team is built to win, and we'll see, right? Like, these teams in San Diego, loyal, have always been made to win. There have been circumstances, but other than that, I think that this team is on a good pathway. I mean, they have the Tampa Bay Rowdies, a very important team, a seminal team in the USL. A lot of history there with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Used to be an indoor soccer team, but now transition into a bigger, better things. Are they still as scary as ever? The Tampa Bay Rowdies, Alan?
They're going through a little bit of a transition right now. They lost a couple of their really good players from last year. Steven DeSantos is dropped down a league, but was pretty important. Sebastian Guinzotti is in Indianapolis. And they also, Jake LaCava, he was a Red Bulls player, was on loan. And these are all really important players. They sign Cal Jennings is a name most people know.
Yeah.
They bring in Connor Sparrow from Miami, who's actually one of the reasons Tampa Bay has done anywhere close to as well as they have. But I think Tampa Bay is trying to kind of find who they are this season. I think earlier in the season, they were trying to play a slightly different structure, which was not working super well for them. They usually play it in like a very similar system to San Diego, with this like 3-5-2-ish 3-back system. But early on in the season, they were experimenting with a 4-man back line, and it didn't really work out for them. And so they have been kind of back and forth and have not looked particularly great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
They lost to Birmingham. They played Charleston. Now, Charleston looks really good right now. And so in the 2 games, they lost an accumulative 5-1. So this isn't, the typical Tampa Bay Rowdies, but I would equate this to kind of where San Diego ran into them last year, where they're a little bit scuffling. San Diego went into Tampa Bay and was able to get a win. I think that was one of the great come from behind tie-breaking goals from Conway last year, early season. So I think there's some similarities to where Tampa Bay is now compared to where they were when San Diego ran into them. And so you have to kind of put them to the sword right now, right? Like, they're struggling. They're not playing the typical style that Tampa Bay likes to play, the dominant style where they're winning games. And so you got to take advantage of that, and you got to put them under pressure early. I think if you go up a goal early, it makes your job a lot easier. The teams are having to deal with their Open Cup midweek after this one. This is a Sunday kind of afternoonish. And so it'll be interesting to see what Tampa Bay throws out there, knowing that they're going to play Houston midweek, and then a really big matchup against Detroit City on the road on the 29th. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how Tampa Bay approaches this one. It's not in conference, so maybe they rotate some players in this one to kind of maybe take something to Houston, knowing that they got a nice match against DC. But I'm not really sure what to expect, but I expect San Diego to come out at home looking to get 3 points as they do at home and protect that unbeaten streak. And I think they're catching Tampa Bay at a pretty decent time. They can actually be pretty successful.
I think they surprise us. I think San Diego Loyal surprises us and wins like a 4-0, 4-1
None
game.
of his way. No,
I'm not
no,
kidding you.
No, you're kidding.
I'm not
Take that
kidding
back.
you. No.
Take that back.
Loyal are scoring.
Is the club
4
paying you
goals.
more than they're paying me? Because disclosure, they are.
No, I think they win 4-1. It's gonna be a fun one to watch. Mark my words.
No.
Okay.
No.
What do you think then?
I think that it'll be a electrifying 2-2 draw at home. You don't drop points. You don't drop any points. You play against a fiery team. Kyle Jennings.
You
Again,
said 2-2 draw?
Yeah,
Oh.
2-2 draw. Firepower on both sides. Showing some. I don't know. Like I don't know what to expect. That's the thing with me not knowing who and what the where the ball is going to go through. Like obviously Charlie Adams seems to be one person who the goals always seem to go through, and Conway, but like I need to see a little bit more. Like Nick Moon had a really good match. Like I go back, I think, to that goal that he scored against Tampa Bay. Like
That one scores twice
okay,
this weekend.
okay. I mean,
I'm just
I think a very exciting draw is cool here and there. Like
Wow. Alan, what was the score you said? You said they win. Did you say the score?
I'm gonna say 2-0. I think the way Koke Vegas is playing right now, that he's seeing the ball really well. He's making really good stops. I think that continues. Tampa Bay has scored 5 goals in 6 games, and they've given up 9. So I think maybe San Diego gets an early one to kind of put the crowd on their back. They defend, and they get kind of a Tampa Bay starts to open up, and they get a nice little counterattack goal to put them up 2-0, and that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I like it. Besides the defend part, I think Loyal just keep attacking, and they put their foot on their throats, and they end up scoring 4. It's gonna happen.
all right.
gonna
You know what? That's
happen,
fine.
and then I'm gonna be famous on
I'd
Twitter
be
for
very
it.
okay with that. Like, why not, right? Is your name really Alanicio? Alan?
If you want it to be, sure.
Wow, great answer.
Heck yeah. All right. Well,
Alanicio, always a pleasure. Are you going to the game on Sunday?
I will be there on Sunday. Yes.
it's a day game, 3 p.m. Make sure to lather some sunscreen because it is going to be a toasty one. The sun is coming out and will come after all of our fair-skinned people and also our melanin containing people like myself. Everybody needs to wear sunscreen, even me.
Sounds too
Sunscreen,
bright.
high five. Alan, high five. Be safe, please. 'Cause that shit hurts. Alan, any last thoughts? Any last ruminations?
Any last thoughts? No, I know. Good luck to the Soccers tomorrow.
Yes.
And good luck to you on you're doing play-by-play for this one, or you're
No,
gonna do play-by-play
so we're
for the
only
next
gonna
one?
do away games. So
All right.
yeah,
So next time you guys do play-by-play, good luck, and maybe next time you guys get asked to do the spaces, I'll have the availability to hop on with you, and we can
perfect.
Spanglish it up. I'll be more of the English than the Spanglish part, but yeah.
Me suena perfecto.
So good luck.
Alanicio,
Good luck to you.
muchas gracias.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck to you and the Soccers.
Let's go, Soccers.
Buenas noches, Alan.
Alan.
El gran,
A weapon.
el
An
gran
absolute
barbón.
weapon. El gran barbón. Don Barbón. Rest in peace.
Oh, the pool. Yes. Another
Took care of another one. Look
That
how
was a big
different
one.
we are. Look how different we are. Like, look.
Sí, güey. Tú estás hinchado. Vato. You're swole. You're thick.
Swollen. No,
You're
swollen.
thick. You're
Swollen.
Thick AF, boys.
All right. So that was that. San Diego Loyal.
Oh,
We'll see if
dude.
San Diego Way will ever let us do anything like that. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be
Man,
down.
what a heartbreak was it for that? I mean, they've been there before where they get scored a golazo at the end, right? But let's talk about this game, right? It's not their best performance.
Not their best performance for San Diego Wave, who do lose away in Seattle. I mean, oof, is this an omen to what San Diego Loyal will be facing down the road? You have this lineup that obviously contains the prime candidates of San Diego Wave success, and the players that have led them to be undefeated this season so far. Very early in the season, you have Sheridan, obviously Gurma McNabb, Kaylee Reel. Then you have Kristen Westfall, who people don't really talk about, is consistent as heck. Kalaprico, who's a very good addition there in the midfield. Korniak, once again, in the midfield, along with Jaden Shaw, Amira Ali, Morgan as a striker, or just forward. She's usually everywhere. And then Mackenzie Doniak getting her first start of the season, her third appearance in the NWSL so far. So, yeah, I mean, Casey Stoney.
Who's missing here, Tony? That probably would have been at the spot where the last goal was scored. Who's missing here?
Who is missing?
Oh, the boy, Van Egmont's not there.
Oh, Emily Van Egmond. That's right.
Your heart
Oh,
of
yes,
the midfield is
yes,
not there.
yes.
And you get scored on the last shot where Evelyn Van Egmont would usually post up. And you know, and you can tell that was missing. It was a missing piece for San Diego Wave this game. But regardless, you have a solid 11 on the field. It just so happens that OL Reign also have a great team. And not to mention, Tony, they have Megan Rapinoe coming off the bench. Like, say whatever you want. Like, Rapinoe's still class. She's still talent.
It's very interesting, and this is just statistics, and this is, again, towing a line that I don't know if I am allowed to tow or whatever. I'm supposed to go to cover the Challenge Cup on Wednesday. I don't know if after this comment they'll let me.
Oh.
But I think science and just data has it that female soccer players have a longer career and hit their prime and have a longer prime than, say, the male counterparts, right?
At a later age, yeah.
Right? Like definitely, like, if we're talking about like Ronaldo, oh my God, this dude is a specimen. He's still wherever he's playing. Like, this dude is impressive. His physique is impressive. Like, at that age, like, that's such a thing that gets spoken about. But I mean, some of the players that are coming up and will represent the U.S. national team is a lot of new players, but it's a lot of players that are legacy players and have been there for a while, who have experience. And so it's really cool to be able to see just and enjoy players for such a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching Alex Morgan highlights just like from a while back, and I was like, oh wow, like, that's crazy. Like, yeah, she didn't have the hype of, say, like a male player back in the day, but she's always been solid. And I'm like, man, I really wish I would have enjoyed some of her play a little bit earlier. The one Marta is the one that I always just watch. I love watching some Marta play. But yeah,
yeah, and then Reign obviously wearing at their full capacity. I mean, Rose Lavelle, who's a very talented player, she's only 27 years old, was not available for this game either. But Kaylin Sheridan had herself a match as well, man. Like,
Kaylin Sheridan,
dude, like, she 5 shots, 5 saves. Like, what else can you say about Sheridan? I mean, the last goal, very unfortunate, but
this one is as how we say in the goalkeeper's training room, para la foto. Like, you just dove for the picture, but it's a really good save.
Back defending.
Fishlock putting on the moves in the middle. Now it's Megan Rapinoe. Rapinoe still coming. Rapinoe!
I like that.
yeah.
But
it's a
then
good
this
save.
this next save is actually a really impressive save.
To serve. Ball save!
Yeah, dude, and you can sense it that Reign was just on top towards the end, and that goal was coming for them. But I mean, you have to take advantage of the chances. And was it Amira Ali that had a clear chance early in the second half, and you can't get the control. And like, Morgan had this one too, and both goalkeepers had a hell of a game. Y era, como decimos, gol gana, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, the last goal wins. It's maybe a unlucky result for Wave, but ultimately, I mean, you can't win them all. You really can't. But again, like, it's not the best look when, and this is something that I've always said,
Yeah.
going back to like Eden Hazard with Chelsea. Like if one player being out of your lineup is, that important, then, I personally don't like that. They held the reign to a 0-0 up until the end. So, again, I can't wait for this team to be healthy, but I don't think this team is going to be together in this iteration as strong as it is pretty much for the remainder, or as closer to the World Cup as we get, right? Players are going to start leaving for training camps. Players are going to start, getting rested. Players are going to, I don't know. Like enjoy the team and with the all-stars that you have. So go watch them. Maybe at the Challenge Cup. Maybe you can see them this weekend, this weekday, Wednesday.
But yeah, I mean, it's giving me very how San Diego Loyal started their season too.
Mm-hmm.
They win their first 2 home games, and then they go off on their first road test and they lose 1-0.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the San Diego team to just lose your first away game of the season. But ¿quién desvió ese balón? Was it Doniak?
I mean, you really can't blame anybody for this goal. It's just a good goal.
It was a bad clearance. Like if you look at it closely, it was just a terrible clearance right there.
Oh yeah, I take that back.
Yeah.
You could have avoided that. Who's Tony yelling at here?
Who was it?
Kelsey Turnbull?
No, Turnbull's over here. I was trying to see if it was Turnbull or just it's like Doniak, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Might be Doniak. But unfortunate result. Que Melanie juegue el Wednesday. Yeah, dude, you might see Melanie play on Wednesday. You're gonna see rotations for sure. It is a Challenge Cup. But let's hear what La Jefa had to say after this game.
Not that.
Not that. That's still the game.
Bitterly disappointed to concede in the manner that we did. We conceded too many goals in that manner, so that's disappointing from us. Bitterly disappointed for the players because I thought they worked so hard tonight, created really good chances. I thought for the first period of the second half, for 25 minutes, we were on top and should have scored and needed to score in that moment and had good chances, and we need to take them. And then that's a different game. Goals change games, and it's devastating for the players to concede in the 95th minute. But we've got a big week. We can't, wallow in it. We can't be sad for too long. Yeah, we'll have our emotions tonight, but then we have to move forward. We've got Portland on Wednesday and obviously Angel City at the weekend. So it's not an easy place to come. I thought we played well in patches when we were braver with the ball, definitely, and created some good chances. But game's about fine margins. And obviously Kaelin's made some good saves at the end. So, and their keeper's made some good saves. So yeah, disappointed to lose today.
Question: have you ever heard a manager say it's not an easy place to come play at when they play on the road?
Nate Miller just said it.
There you go. But I feel
These teams are mirroring each other. It's weird.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like for the most part, when a team plays away, their coach's response when they lose is always like, well, it's a tough place to come play at.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. I mean, what else can you say, right? At the end of the day, you have to make a statement to the press, and sometimes you're going to take the easy way out and say, well, this is a tough place to play at. We want the points, but we couldn't get them. But
here's Mackenzie Doniak.
This is obviously a tough place to come and play. I think this being an early game, we have so much that we can learn from it, and I think that there's only positives we can take out of it. Obviously, it's tough to lose like that so late in a game, but like I said, so many learning opportunities for us. So I think overall, tough loss, but positive outlook on it.
I like that. Yeah. I really do, though. Do you like that?
There's no other. If it's not a learning experience, then you're doing it wrong.
Exactly. You learn from your mistakes, and I hope they back that talk, right? Let's see their next away game. Well, let's see the positives. Like, what did you learn? How do you adapt? How do you fix it? So hopefully next away game when they do play on the road, which is going to be on Sunday against Angel City, which is a Clásico,
up the road
rematch, hopefully they're able to pull off a win, maybe a tie, and get some points. Angel City, who just signed Julie Hertz to the team.
I really wanted Zach Ertz to live in San Diego. That was very selfish of me. That was very selfish of me.
He doesn't even play for the
he
Eagles
d-
anymore.
But he's a legend. What am I going to say?
That's funny. That's funny. But
but
yeah, so they play Portland Thorns, who are a very tough team to play. First place in the NWSL right now. Here at home on Wednesday for the Challenge Cup, you could see Mel B getting her first start for the team. Maybe. It is
Maybe.
Challenge Cup. Maybe we'll see guests of the podcast starting.
Lauren Brisky.
Lauren Brisky and
Sierra
Engie.
Engie.
Engie?
Engie.
Engie.
Okay.
So it'd be cool to see them play. I mean, unfortunately, I can't make the game again. I'm in a work conference the whole week.
You're going to Palm Springs, all right? Like
it
let's
still
let's just put it
I'd
out
rather
there.
go to a soccer game.
You're gonna miss out on some great food in the
Yeah.
voy
I
a
am, I
comer
really am.
rico.
Oh, vas a servir cuatro platotes.
Oh,
vato.
bro, nobody's around.
There's a chance there's not a lot of media in this game.
No, I mean like you
Oh,
watching me.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so that's the final here for San Diego Wave. 1-0.
1-0. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they learn from it. They bounce back. We shall see if they're able to back their talk. But that's pretty much what we have for local San Diego soccer. Let's go to the Viejo Continente because your favorite soccer team, the Blues, the Chelsea, got their ass kicked.
We got
by
them right where we
Real
want them,
Madrid.
boy.
2-0 loss at, was it away?
It was away.
It was an away match. Not that it matters.
Not that any of that matters anymore.
¿Qué pasó, güey? I mean, to be fair, Chelsea are in a very, very, very bad spot right now when it comes to Champions League and when it comes to the Premier League. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're
Can't-
wrong.
No, you can't see
You're
that.
wrong. We're resting our players. We are
Resting for what?
for the second
You just
leg
lost
of the
to
Champions
Brighton
League.
2-1.
Brighton's not in the Champions League. Okay. Neither are you. So pipe down.
Okay, so
all right?
so once they're out of Champions League, I shouldn't be hearing any more of this. We're the best, blah 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 blah. We're gonna win the Champions League, like nothing like that.
I never said we were the best. We're just gonna win the Champions League. There's still 90 minutes plus to play. If they scored 2 in 90 minutes, we can score 3 in 90 minutes.
Oh,
all right.
man, that's very optimistic. You guys got your ass handed to.
Tell me,
By
tell
anyone
me,
that you guys
tell
are
me.
playing.
I really wish I would have talked to you during the 2012 Champions League run that Chelsea had, because I was exactly the same. I'm like, oh,
You're very
Barcelona,
confident about this, right?
Barcelona, like, of course I know the odds are against it. Of course I do. Come on now. This is a scary Real Madrid team.
Oh,
they really are.
He's being honest
All
now.
right?
Finally,
they're
he's
scary.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right?
they're scary.
They're frightening. They have Benzema. Like, Vinicius is tearing up Reece James's asshole. Like, it's it's wild. And that's a wild statement for many reasons.
But do you think you guys can pull it off? Honestly, like cero pedo.
We're winning the Champions League. It's gonna be at home. Frank Lampard chance.
I bet you
Super
lunch
Frankie
for the week.
Lampard.
Lunch for the week. Cool, because I'm not here for the week.
Exactly. Hey, bro, I brought you. Oh, he's not here. I guess I'll have to eat both of them.
It's not good that we spent all day together at work, and we've talked about this, but you guys get this chemistry.
Chelsea's gonna win the Champions League after we come back.
Let me take Chivas' place and help you, Tony. I think he meets at Snapdragon on Wednesday, Abel. Dude, honestly, I would let someone borrow my credential, but Wave checks IDs.
Yeah, they do. As they should.
As they should. Loyal does too, but we have the season one, that's why.
Oh yeah,
We don't have the season one yet for Wave. We're going to get it at the next league game. So, Padres shut out again?
I don't want to talk about it. This team should not be getting shut out, especially now when you add Fernando Tatis. Okay, whatever. Stop.
Someone sent me something funny. Anyways, Napoli versus Milan. Milan shocked Napoli 1-0, but they get Osimhen back for this game. The man that has been everything for Napoli, right? Like this guy is just an amazing talent, Nigerian soccer player, Victor Osimhen. Osimhen.
Sure.
He's just that good, right? He's been playing with the mask too, kind of like other players have in the past. But
Yeah, Russell Westbrook.
so, Alex Andejas del América.
Uh,
Kobe Bryant has played with the
El
mask.
Niño Torres.
El Niño Torres has played with the mask.
Aubameyang. Cesc Fabregas did once.
Raúl Jiménez se ha puesto una
Salvador,
máscara.
Salvador Cabañas had a
No, ese era casco. Oh shit, we're terrible. But yeah, Napoli they don't look their best, but sources have indicated, by sources, I
Sources?
mean stuff that I've seen on Twitter,
Estúpido.
that Chucky Lozano will probably start in this game, and then you're gonna have Kvaratskhelia, however you pronounce
Yes,
his
the
name,
Napoli
also
boy.
starting as well. So that's gonna be the front trio. So that should be exciting to watch.
3-0.
Trio. Oh, te dio la cara. Vete atrás. Oh. I'm gonna die. Someone call 911, please. Someone call 911, please. I'm gonna die. No. No. Ah! Stop! Oh, I'm alive. I'm alive. ¿Te dolió?
No, my feelings.
Oh, perdón. I meant to throw it. That was a great throw. Wow. Just cucharitas, güey. Oh, lo tengo con miedo. Te gané como el Madrid le ganó al Chelsea. Hey, yo, GG's for you. Everyone knows I'm done for. Oh. But yeah, so then we're going to have Manchester City, who destroyed Bayern Munich 3-0. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, they destroyed them 3-0. Yeah, tell me about you.
No, pues sí, güey, el Man City favorites to win the Champions League. Erling Haaland, just outstanding player right now.
Oh yeah, how good is he, boy?
He's about to break the record in the Premier League for most goals in a season.
Oh yeah, me too.
You are too?
Tell me more,
I don't want to anymore.
please.
I want this
Use your
episode.
big boy words.
Can the episode end already?
Use your
Yeah,
big
I'm
boy.
gonna go home.
Use those big boy words. Pinche madrazota que le dio Mane a Sane.
Oh, yeah, dude.
They
He got
fought.
suspended, right?
Yeah.
They suspended him, but dude, like, did you see his lip?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Madrazota.
Todo hinchado.
Whoa, that's offensive. I can't believe we just said
¿El
that.
labio?
Síguele.
Is City the favorites to win the Champions League? Yes, right?
I mean, yeah, if you don't, you know, if you're a fool and forget that Chelsea's still in the
Chelsea's-
competition.
I can't wait for them to be out so bad.
And then what? Guess what? It's gonna be the ghost of Chelsea. Like, el ghost de mi amigo Chelsea.
Qué pinche golazo de Rodri, güey. Like, qué golazo de Rodri. Who's better, Rodri or Casemiro?
Casemiro.
Yeah, thank you. I can't wait to talk about Manchester United next season in the Champions League and not Chelsea.
Yeah.
And not even in the Europa League. You guys are not even going to play during the week.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
What's on?
You're fine.
All right, cool. Do you think Bayern has a chance to come back? On Wednesday?
Nah, they're no Chelsea. Then their Tuchel needs to sell some people.
Did you
needs
say what he
to-
said after this game?
He's like, oh man, like we stink.
No, he said, I fell in love with this team after this game.
Esta madre no. And they're beating the hell out of each other.
Inter beat Benfica 2-0.
Inter winning 8-0. UPSL
Sí.
San Diego Internacional in first
Yes.
place. For their second back-to-back 8-0 results. They've beat two different teams 8-0. Very impressive. The UPSL SoCal South Premier Division, first place right now, league contenders, San Diego Internacional, led by the great coach Keith Miller, who leads the hangar. I mean, there you go. Go check out the hangar. You build winners there. But yeah, you were saying?
I was saying I wanted Benfica to pass through and Chelsea as well, so they can play each other in the semifinals and have Enzo against Benfica. But that's not going to happen because
Enzo on a
both of
pole
those
match.
teams are trash.
We're fine.
I think
Napoli?
I think Napoli will come back.
I'm
and
gonna
they
Google
advance
that.
to the semifinal. Chelsea does not come back. It's going to be Napoli, Real Madrid advance,
How do you spell Napoli?
Nipoli. Nipple piercing.
Napoli?
Napoli piercing.
Oh, wow. That's so bad. It's not even showing me anything.
Dang. Interesting. But yeah, so Benfica, do they come back?
No, nobody comes back. Chelsea has all the mojo.
They're the only ones
and
that come back?
They're the only ones that come back.
Interesting.
Yeah, 100%.
De Gea is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League.
Sure. I
14
agree
clean
with you.
sheets, and he's not considered for the team of the season. Neither is Bruno Fernandes.
I mean, team of the season is so subjective, and it's dumb. We look at team of the season for the MASL, like it's pitiful. Like
Yeah.
these things don't matter. FIFA team of the seasons don't matter. Like, I do agree. De Gea's doing pretty good.
14 clean sheets. Best.
Anything else that you want to say for Manchester United or anything else?
No, ganaron mis Chivas. Están en cuarto lugar. Estamos bien. Estamos bien todos.
Keep your eyes out
I'm
peeled
sorry.
for a giveaway.
If you don't hear from me, this man.
Yeah, you're done.
Let's just say the first person
You're
to be
done.
investigated is you.
You're done. Your brakes are not going to work from here to Palm Springs. As you road trip over there, enjoy being melted over there. We'll keep your eyes out. We will have this San Diego Loyal home jersey being given away to a listener along with in a prize pack with some tickets for our future game. We're trying to do the Blue Peak Lounge tickets, and so we'll try to work that in. But in any case, thank you for everybody who listened. San Diego Soccer's tomorrow. San Diego Soccer forever. Bye.